program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Diabetes type 2 increasing in PNG. Parents raise concerns on principal appointment. And Smarter Safer Schools program launched. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. The government of Papua New Guinea, in partnership with the government of Australia and United Nations Children's Fund, has launched a Smarter Safer Schools program at Lobuna Koba Primary School in Koyari Central Province.
Lobuna Koba Primary School in Koyari Central Province today had the honor to launch the 3-year Smarter Safer Schools program, which will support the 166 education reform in 600 schools under 6 sub-national locations across the country, starting with Central Province.
The Australian government.
The event saw students, parents, staff, dignitaries and members of the community gathered to witness the launching of $33 million Australian dollar partnership program. Laura Mason, a representative from Australian High Commission, says education is more than a pathway. It is a tool for shaping a country's future. The program aims to strengthen schools and boost learning across Papua New Guinea.
To officially launch the Smarter Safer Schools program, and that's a really significant PNG Australia partnership investment in education to be implemented by UNICEF. And I think we all know that education is more than a pathway to knowledge. It is the foundation of a nation's progress.
Funded by Australian government, UNICEF will be implementing the program. Representative from UNICEF reaffirmed the shared commitment and said the organization will work closely with the authorities to ensure 166 reforms are implemented.
And alignment around shared goals. Drawing on our experience in strengthening education system, we will continue working closely with the National Department of Education and provincial authorities to ensure that reforms are effectively implemented.
In attendance, Governor for Central, Rufina Peter, thanked the partners for the support. She noted that education is a national development agenda and no child should be left behind.
We are very grateful to be a beneficiary of this program, and we take the implementation of this program very seriously. Because we know that education is not only a social service. For us, it is a national development agenda. When our children learn...
Mimi Pio, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Principal of Lobuna Koba Primary School, Joseph Buka, said one of the main challenges encountered in rolling out the 166 reform is space capacity.
In an interview with EMTV News, the principal of Lobuna Koba Primary School highlighted some of the challenges the school encountered when attempting to roll out the 166 education reform.
We have currently here a high school product. They should go. But because we are still accommodating them here, that is really giving us hard time to breathe in terms of basic material supply, classroom spacing, toilets, teacher housing. This difficulty we are having right now at this point in time.
The member for Hiri Koyari, Kit Idu, who says Lobuna Koba and other schools are facing challenges in terms of space capacity due to government policy, reforms and decisions. However, the Smarter Safer School program implementation will assist and reduce some of the challenges.
Express the pressures that schools such as Lobuna Koba are fronted with because of government policy decisions and reforms that are brought on us at such short and abrupt manner. There is, of course, an overflow of student capacity because, if I'm not mistaken, the 166 is intended for grade 1s to grade 6 in one geographical location and grade 7 to grade 12 in another.
Governor for Central Rufina Peter shared similar sentiments, noting that reforms must be planned out properly before the implementation phase.
Has mentioned or expressed in how it is so difficult to implement the 166. We are meeting them some way, but as the member for Kairuku, Hirikwayari has mentioned, it is so important that our reforms in the education sector are actually planned so that we can implement these plans in a timely manner.
Mimi Pio, National EMTV News.
During the launching of the partnership between CPL Group and Sanofi Global Health Unit yesterday, Chief Operations Officer for CPL, Pradeep Panda, said they have screened 1,530 women for cervical cancer. Out of this number, 301 women were treated on site.
Mr. Panda said according to World Health Organization data, the top 5 reasons for death mobility in the country are non-communicable diseases.
It is stroke, chronic pulmonary disease, ischemic heart disease, and diabetes. So you see, out of top 5 reasons of death, 4 are because of the non-communicable disease. So we all need to understand how big the challenge is NCD in the country at the moment.
He highlighted the important work of CPL Foundation in addressing non-communicable diseases.
We have invested in and partnered with Sir Branwell Foundation early this year, on her Health Hub initiative and HPV screening clinic focused on cervical cancer prevention.
This clinic is located at Waigani Central in Port Moresby, adjacent to Stop and Shop Shopping Centre. Mr. Panda explained that over the past few months, they have screened 1,530 women for cervical cancer.
Of whom 385 tested positive, more than 23%. But the good thing is that out of this, 301 were treated on site.
He said they are going through the process of education, testing and treatment on site.
We were able to treat 301, that is 90% who were tested positive, we were able to treat them on site, and rest we were able to refer them to POMGEN.
Mr. Panda encourages women to visit the clinic for early treatment.
The charges for this, if you don't know, it's only 20 kina, so I'll encourage all women to share this with your colleagues so they can go and use this facility as well.
Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, public health specialist and diabetes advocate Dr. Joyce Sauk said the burden for diabetes type 2 in Papua New Guinea is rising, and the challenge now is the data collection for non-communicable diseases.
Dr. Sahuk highlighted the current estimated data collected from the International Diabetic Federation Atlas. It is estimated that about 215.4 million people are living with diabetes in the Western Pacific region, and Papua New Guinea is included.
And PNG is part of the West Pacific region family, and we estimated to have 838,000 people living with diabetes.
She said Papua New Guinea has a high number of diabetes prevalence.
The prevalence of diabetes in the region is 12.4, and in PNG is about 14.1, which is higher than the regional prevalence. In terms of age standardized prevalence for adults between 20 and 79 in the West Pacific region is about 11.1%. And for Papua New Guinea, it's about 14.1%. So we have a very high prevalence of diabetes in this country, type 2.
Dr. Sahuk emphasized the cost to manage the diabetes burden in Papua New Guinea.
For PNG alone, we need about 130 USD million to be able to manage diabetes in this country.
She said in 2025, Port Moresby General Hospital had admitted about 230 cases of diabetes, clearly portraying the rising burden of diabetes in Papua New Guinea. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
The National Department of Health and School of Medicine and Health Sciences are now combining efforts to improve health sector in the country. During a signing of Memorandum of Understanding today, both organizations have agreed to support human resources by providing standard and required facilities for training of doctors and health professionals in Papua New Guinea.
In this MOU signed, the Fred Hallows Foundation New Zealand has also come on board to partner with the Department of Health, along with the Port Moresby General Hospital and the School of Medicine and Health Sciences. The Fred Hallows Foundation New Zealand has been operating in Papua New Guinea for a period of over 20 years, and they have agreed to also support in the health space.
So the Memorandum of Understanding that was signed today is between the Port Moresby General Hospital, the new University of Medicine and Health Sciences, and the Fred Hallows Foundation of New Zealand, and this is going to last for 5 years.
The major health project is aimed to boost the health sector, increasing the number of doctors and medical experts for Papua New Guinea.
We agreed some years ago to look at building a new specialist facility at Port Moresby General Hospital to train more eye nurses, train more eye doctors, and also to provide eye health services to the people of PNG here in Port Moresby. So it's what's been agreed today is a plan for how we're going to make that new building over there, when it opens later this year, how it's going to operate and what it's going to do.
Secretary for the National Department of Health commended this partnership and expressed appreciation for the collective effort that will address some of the challenges faced in the health sector.
Signing this agreement consolidated our efforts to work together in partnership. And our government just approved the Papua New Guinea University of Medicine and Health Sciences law last year. And so they are also building the infrastructures in this campus to become a full-fledged university.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Woi, semakin bapak searea.
Anti, bangka goksim. David Loran. You think you passed it? Sparks, it's in me.
Most companies are paying well above that in the formal economy, but we also have a number of enterprises that are just continued to bypass.
Watch In Focus every Monday nights at 7 p.m. Our weekly current affairs talk show which presents comprehensive discussions and insights on critical issues facing Papua New Guinea and the wider region. We engage with decision makers and experts in numerous sectors, including politics, business, economics, technology, law and order, education, health and social issues amongst others, as well as PNG icons and influential figures, keeping you well informed right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Concerned parents gathered today at the Gerawo Primary School to pledge their support towards the newly appointed headmistress, Lois Korave. Parents claim that under Mrs. Korave's leadership, the school has seen changes in the past 6 weeks and wants her to remain the headmistress.
This meeting stemmed from a situation between the former acting headmistress, Margaret Puka, and the newly PEC-appointed headmistress, Lois Korave, on the principal position yesterday at the school premises. The Gerawo Primary Board Chairman said initially the Provincial Education Board has appointed Mrs. Korave as the new headmistress for 2026. But following Margaret Puka's appeal to the committee to reconsider their decision, Margaret was then recognized as the headmistress. However, a concerned parent, Jack Locarin from Anga Province, claims that with the leadership of the newly appointed headmistress, the school has witnessed some changes.
96 plus umatin only been seen on the explanation long here and 300 and paid na 96 that's all in pass. I'm upset him life below me as being a father of kids. Every Christmas, no got one black graduation day long community school long here. No got one black acquittal reward and come out long mouse long headmaster down the line.
Another concerned parent, Vele Siari, also claimed that there was no proper discipline and control before Mrs. Korave took office. Siari claims that there has been improvements in terms of students' learning and conduct with the strict guidance from the new headmistress.
People like Mrs. Korave by continue Lodisla school because inside Lodisla 6 weeks now and 7 weeks now. Me look him sample changes, he come up where only no come up last year.
Other parents also said similar sentiments in support of the new headmistress, Lois Korave. The meeting also saw the new headmistress, Lois Korave, sharing on her experiences and visions for the school.
Being a best level teacher, I worked very hard to get up to senior's position for almost 8 years. And then to my performance to be an SSM for 10 years, and then to deputies 10 years. And the appointment was made on merit, no priving, no anything, on merit through my performance. I am level 7 and acting on 8. My dream is to bring the school up to a good standard as it was in the past.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Gero Primary School parents have confirmed they will present a petition to the Education Department tomorrow, demanding confirmation for the appointment of Lois Korave as the new headmistress.
The former acting headmistress, Margaret Puka, said initially she had accepted the appointment of the new headmistress, but the appeal to revoke the PEC's decision was made by the Gero Primary School Board on her behalf. Mrs. Puka said she had welcomed the new headmistress and waited for the last 5 weeks until her appeal was approved last week.
The board put the appeal 5 weeks. I'm just taking 1 or 2 days to work my appeal. I waited. I came to school, went away, came 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was running the school with our deputy and all the teachers, section heads, right down to the senior teachers, everyone. All work staff, look at all bloody Stephens come up. I was waiting for my appeal until Friday. The DB set for the meeting, and they gave back my appeal. I won officially. So I came in on Monday to resume, and I'm here. I am officially, I won my position back. And my outgoing head teacher, you are posted back to your old deputy position at your old school. Wait. You listen, because you will not do anything. Listen.
However, this decision does not sit right with most of the parents. The parents will now write up a petition and present to the Education Board with the hope to have Lois Korave as the headmistress. The petition will be based on poor management, lack of discipline, and control of students by the previous administration. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
4 Papua New Guineans have been awarded the Max Scholarship from the Embassy of Japan. These 4 locals have completed their undergraduate studies from various tertiary institutions in the country and are now set to embark on their postgraduate studies. The Japan Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology Scholarship, commonly known as MAX, is an embassy-recommended scholarship that is fully funded for undergraduate, postgraduate and specialized training through Japanese embassies. The recipients of the 2026 Max Scholarship are Jacqueline Ayangero Yapanare, Patricia Nogai, Emma Rosen Amini, and Cedric Junior Tivirari.
It's a unique opportunity to live in Japan for a few years, and all scholars will naturally understand Japanese culture and society in addition to the field of study.
Noting that Papua New Guinea and Japan relationship now stands at 50 years, the ambassador said Japan's cooperation always placed importance on human resource development.
I am very happy to send young, wonderful, educated Papua New Guineans to Japan.
The 4 scholarship recipients will travel to Japan in April and October respectively to different universities in Japan. K9 Zoo Mining Limited, in its latest underground drilling, has resulted in extending mineralization to depth and delivery of multiple quality mineralized rocks. Chief Executive Officer of the mine, John Lewins, says there is high potential for
most significant porphyry copper gold deposits. This latest contribution builds on Octedi's broader support to the department, including last year's 550,000 kina investment for new computers, laptops, and essential laboratory equipment. OTML's Manager of Mine Technical Services, James Boo, said UPNG has produced many of Octedi's finest geologists and technical specialists. Mr. Boo said supporting the Earth Sciences Division with real Octedi geological specimens ensures students are exposed to the same materials and mineral systems they will encounter in the field. He said this is part of OTML's Growth 2050 strategy, and it will help them transition more confidently into the workforce and strengthens the talent pipeline. Head of Division Professor Joseph Espy expressed the division's appreciation to the support. Mr. SP said UPNG values Octedi's commitment to developing Papua New Guinean professionals who will contribute meaningfully to the nation's mineral sector. Pakatambo National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2325 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2250, $0.3162 Australian dollars, 0.1857 euro, and 35.18 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's One Talk Wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy.
40 years ago, Dated PNG began with a vision to connect Papua New Guinea through technology.
Today, we celebrate 40 years of innovation, service, and partnership.
From humble beginnings to becoming a trusted leader in ICT, our journey has been powered by our people, our clients, and our community.
As we honor the past, we look forward to shaping the future together.
Happy 40th anniversary, Dated PNG.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80 meters television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, call 7723-3484 or email engineering@mtv.com.pg. MTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National EMTV News. During the launch of AgriConnect in Goroka yesterday, Minister for Agriculture and Livestock John Boito said AgriConnect is more than just a standalone project. He said AgriConnect will bring value chains and sectors together.
The official launch was officiated by Prime Minister James Marape yesterday in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. Minister Boito said AgriConnect is a project that brings together value chains and other sectors. While acknowledging the long-standing partnership with the World Bank, Minister Boito said early investments recognizes smallholder farming as the backbone of PNG. He stressed that AgriConnect builds on previous interventions, such as productive partnership in agriculture project and the PNG agriculture commercialization and diversification projects, which delivered measurable results across key commodities.
118 million. In foreign exchange, with over 80% of that income going directly back to pockets of our farmers. The same can be said of the coffee and coconut amongst other investments. AgriConnect is the corrective issue for the National Agriculture Sector Plan. It is not a separate agenda. It is a platform that aligns value chains with.
Some of the key achievements over the past years were over 60,000 smallholder households reach, benefiting nearly 500,000 of Papua New Guinea, rehabilitation and replanting of more than 3 million cocoa trees and 7 million coffee trees nationwide mapping and counting of coconut trees in every district as of 2024, cocoa production in East New Britain rebounding from 4,000 tons after the cocoa pod borer outbreak to nearly 12,000 tons. Another achievement was cocoa generating 418 million in foreign exchange in 2023, with more than 80% of income returning daily to farmers. These were alluded by Minister Boito during the launching of AgriConnect. The minister emphasized that agricultural transformation requires whole-of-government cooperation, including transport, energy, trade, and climate resilience. He further reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening institutions alongside capital investment and acknowledged the continued partnership of the World Bank, AIB, IFAD, and other stakeholders. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
The National Agriculture Sector Plan 2024 to 2033 aims to transform the economy of the country by enabling 1 million families to earn an income through agricultural activities.
Prime Minister James Marape officially launched the country's Agriculture Sector Plan 2024 to 2033 and AgriConnect Plan yesterday at the University of Goroka's Mark Solon Auditorium. During the launching, Marape says PNG has significantly changed since independence. In the first 10 years as a country, 20% economy of the country depend on mineral resources and 80% relied heavily on agriculture. 50 years on, PNG has changed with 20% relying on agriculture, while 80% of the economy relies on mineral resources and job opportunities. He says providing 1 million families with local income through agriculture, earning 10,000 kina a year, will add 10 billion into the economy each year, while bounding both the domestic and international market opportunities.
At 1975 and up to possibly the mid-80s, before 30, we were 80% primary industry-based economy and 20% extractive sector economy. That was the first 10 years of our nation's life. Today, the statistics is reversed. We are 20% primary industry and 80% extractive industry sector.
East Asia and Pacific World Bank Vice President Carlos Filipen Jaramillo, overseeing 23 countries throughout the region, highlighted 3 key elements that could make the agri-sector successful in Papua New Guinea.
Just agreed on a 6-year country strategy, a partnership strategy with the government of Papua New Guinea, which focuses on helping businesses to grow so that they can create more and better jobs. That is at the core of the partnership.
In attendance were state ministers and other important dignitaries. The event concluded with a visit to Las Malo coffee factory in Goroka. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news now, there is no sign of this latest Middle East conflict debating as Iran and Israel continue to exchange fire. Human rights groups estimate the death toll in Iran is nearing 8,800, while the IDF is poised to launch the ground incursion into southern Lebanon after Hezbollah retaliated with strikes on Israel in support of Iran.
HMS Dragon is one of the Royal Navy's most advanced warships, a Type 45 destroyer. When it gets to Cyprus, it won't just improve the air defense of the island as well as the British base. It also acknowledges that the war has spread, and like it or not, the UK is being pulled in towards it. In Minab in southern Iran, these are new graves, ready for the funeral of 165 people the Iranians say were killed in an attack on a girls' school on Saturday. The funeral brought the city to a standstill. Many of the dead were pupils from the school, child-sized coffins, photos of schoolgirls, and grieving families. After the raid happened, the Americans said they never targeted civilians. They have yet to explain why so many children and adults were killed at the school. And in Tehran, more attacks. Iran's air defenses were mostly destroyed last year by Israel. The Americans and the Israelis have advanced a range of reasons, some contradictory, to justify why they're attacking Iran, killing civilians as well as members of the regime, and what they hope to achieve. In the last 24 hours, there has been less talk of regime change. The clearest explanation seems to be that they saw a chance to inflict serious damage on a bitter enemy. That alone is not a legal reason to go to war. Some Iranians are leaving, small numbers at this crossing into Turkey, but the war is a gamble. The US and Israel say it will open the way to peace and stability. If instead it provokes disorder and bloodshed, there will be a new refugee crisis in the Middle East and beyond.
I'm coming from Tehran, and there's a lot of chaos in the city, a lot of missiles and attacks from US and Israel. I'm not into the politics, but I know it's a lot of, it brings just a lot of sadness to people.
We hear some pollutions outside of the city, but not inside of the city. Sleeping in fear and waking up in stress. So the situation is a little bit awful.
Iran continues to attack its Arab neighbors. This was Bahrain, and this was the airport in Dubai. Iran cannot match the firepower it's facing, so it's trying to disrupt American and Israeli plans by spreading the war.
President Donald Trump says the U.S. Navy is preparing to escort oil and gas tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Rocket attacks by Iran have effectively shut down all shipping through the narrow strip between the Gulf and the Indian Ocean, through which about 3/5 of global oil and gas is transported.
Well, Donald Trump has said that the U.S. military, as soon as possible, can begin to escort oil and gas tankers through that key shipping lane. This is really the first acknowledgement from the administration that they are concerned about the impact of rising fuel prices. Donald Trump also saying that the government will provide political risk insurance for companies concerned about going through there. Now, they should be concerned because Iran has threatened to attack vessels going through that shipping lane. We could also, for example, see the Houthis in Yemen trying to jump on that, as it were, could also put any vessels going through there at risk. But rising fuel prices, of course, a concern for the whole world and in the U.S., a political issue for the president who promised to bring down prices. And when he was was asked about whether he was concerned about rising oil prices earlier, he acknowledged that they were going up. He said, look, we will see a little rise in them. But he said, as soon as this ends, those prices are going to drop, I believe, lower than ever before, Donald Trump claims. So we wait and see, I guess, whether anyone takes up this apparent offer announced in a social media post by the president of a Navy escort through the Strait of Hormuz.
National MTV News continues after the break with Rugby Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Ready for the world? So is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go. Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Guys, makin bapa si Arya.
Auntie, bangka goksim. David Loran. You passed it. Spots, it's in me.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NAS Fund. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
When you are writing your application, you should be writing your application based on the first preference.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with the Australian Awards Scholarship Program.
The second preference is a standby to the first one. In the event that you probably did not meet the minimum eligibility requirement for that course, then the second preference could come in.
That's all Monday night.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Papua New Guinea Hunters will mark its 12 years competing in the Host Plus Cup this Sunday when they run out against the visiting Central Queensland Capras. The event is set to take place at the National Football Stadium with ticket price selling as low as 5 kina.
Hunters head coach Paul Aiton is positive to have a good start of the season when they hit up against Kapras this Sunday. Aiton named 3 debutants in winger Miles Banham, 5'8" Joel Genna and prop Himson Ulalom. He says he is positive that senior players will lead the new boys into the match.
Because we've got those older players there, and even Sonny stepped up this year. He's leading. He's been very good for us. They're going to help guide these young boys, and that gives me the confidence, I think.
He says he understands that there are a good number of PNG boys in Kapras, including former Hunters and Forza. Valentine Richard and his boys at Hunters will give their best at home.
I guess you could call it a rival. They get a lot of fans to our games as well. And it's always a pretty heated game. So I don't really have to do much to encourage the group to go out there and do their best. I think the boys are already ready there.
Aiton Feda says they will have to stick to their game plan and get the job done. He fed back Gene, who will be pairing up against Jamie Mavako in the middle for the match opener.
And I really think we're going to have a great start to the season, but I really think as the season goes on, the style and the individual brilliance will start to unfold as the season goes on.
Kapras have about 5 PNG boys in their squad ready to take on their countrymen this Sunday. Charlie Dumavi, Chukai Sports.
The 2026 Corporate Futsal Championship is set to take place this weekend at Taroma Aquatic Center Indoor Stadium, with 20 teams set on the draws.
Another exciting Corporate Football Championship XN is loading with 20 teams set to compete this weekend. Corporate Football Championship President Simeon Ealedona says the event continues to grow with the aim to give hardworking corporate employees a time out.
Provide an avenue for hardworking employees of most people to come and have a sweat out and a run, and also connect with other organizations in the city.
He says futsal is not really popular in the country, but the championship is growing, gaining interest since its establishment 5 years ago.
Code of futsal. Futsal is it's a new sport in our country. It's not really well known, so we decided to go through the corporate avenue to engage people. So for this competition, we see 20 companies now taking part, which is a big growth from past events. Normally we used to have around 16, 18.
The championship encourages equal participation and is exclusively an open division championship, giving both men and women an equal platform to show their skills.
In our competition, we only run mixed competition, which is a mixture of male and females. So each team has to have a female in the team to play.
President Ealedona further reflects on their 5 years journey, teams, and the complimentary prizes for the event.
Normally, the first prize gets 2,500 kina. Second prize gets 1,500, and the third gets 1,000. Registration is just 1,000 kina only.
Charlie Dumavi, Chukai Sports.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja nak? Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Woi, semakin bapak Arya.
Anti, bangka goksim. David Loran. You think you passed it? Sparks, it's in me.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80 meters television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, call 7723-3484 or email engineering@mtv.com.pg. MTV, your number one to watch.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Football excitement wrapped up in Madang as the Rogues Marine preseason competition concluded at Leeuwarden Oval.
The Rogues Marine preseason competition successfully concluded at Leeuwarden Oval, marking the end of weeks of competitive football action in Madang Province. The preseason tournament, which began on February 14, featured 29 men's team and 9 women's team, highlighting the growing interest in football across the province. Among the participating sides were Panu 1 and Panu 2, formed from selected players from the Governor's LLG Cup hosted across the 6 districts of Madang Province. After a 3-day Madang FC trial at Leeuwarden Oval, management divided players into 2 teams for further screening. Both sides were eliminated in the knockout stage. In the men's grand final, Tuspar Blukumul's FC defeated Centers 4-3 in a penalty shootout after a tightly contested match. In the women's division, Nabasa claimed 2-goal victory over Tuspar Blukumul's. Madang Soccer Association President Fred Beschel thanked partners, sponsors, clubs and referees and supporters for a successful competition. The Rogues Marine proper season is expected to begin later this month. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The former Lay Tigers and current PNG Antas prop Zebedee Kip is excited to run out against their Host Plus Cup rivalry, the Central Queensland Capras, in his second season running.
There will not be any self-preservation for the big prop Zebedee Kip when Hunters host their competition rivalry. Kip says he will be putting it all out there with hard runs in the middle as best for the team.
Middle forwards, so it's just tough around there. You do hard runs, hard tackles. That's where the team, it's where the heart of the team is based around. So as middle forwards, I think in our runs, so tackle probably try to be more impactful, make it a stronger run to put my team up front going line.
Making his debut last season, Kip says he knows what it's like to play against Capras and the PNG boys in the team away from PNG.
Capras boys too are dominated by PNG, so PNG is the second home, so it will be a really good one, very exciting one for the fans and for us as players too.
It will be an exciting season opener in Port Moresby as Hunters sets for their first home win. However, Kip understands that it won't be easy as fans stand up to support both sides and the game plan is to focus on the game.
I think the crowds, at least have a good number of fans from supporting Capras, so the boys will definitely come up strong. Like, when we go down last year, we go down to Rocky and the PNG boys really stood in front of that.
He further calls on the fans to back them as the PNG boys give their best this Sunday.
Yeah, to the fans, please come support your team and we will give our hearts to you guys.
Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
That and Stroker Sports, the Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's one-talk wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's one-talk wallet. Money made easy.
Guys, makin bapa si Arya.
Auntie, bangka goksim. David Loran. You think you passed it? Sparks, it's in me.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Most companies are paying well above that in the formal economy, but we also have a number of enterprises that are just continued to bypass.
Watch In Focus every Monday nights at 7 p.m. Our weekly current affairs talk show which presents comprehensive discussions and insights on critical issues facing Papua New Guinea and the wider region. We engage with decision makers and experts in numerous sectors, including politics, business, economics, technology, law and order, education, health and social issues amongst others, as well as PNG icons and influential figures, keeping you well informed right here on your #1 to watch EMTV.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy with rain-to-rain showers. And Popondata, mostly cloudy with rain-to-rain showers and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 4th of March 2026. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.